Okay, perfect. Hello and welcome to Monday Motivation. My name is Hillary Thompson. I'm an Emerald Ambassador, and I share this weekly call with Miss Amanda Dickerson, one of my besties and fellow Emerald Ambassador as well. And tonight I am super duper duper excited to have brand new Emerald, Miss Andrea Grant, on the call with us. She is a mama. She's got two boys, a little girl. She stays at home, an incredible story. Like, I don't even want to go into it at all because I will not do it justice. But literally, Andrea, I'm just going to turn the call over to you and share your story and whatever else you want to talk about.
Awesome. Well, thank you. I'm so excited to be on here tonight. Like Hillary said, my name is Andrea Grant. I am a brand new, as of last month, July 31st, Emerald Ambassador. And I just went and picked up my Plexus Lexus last night, so we're pretty excited about that. Oh my gosh, where do I start? I started Plexus. This is my 4-year anniversary this month. And when I started, my husband and we were living at my mom's house on a single income. We just had his income. And when I say single income, it was not a great income. It barely met our bills, if that makes sense. We were also on all kinds of state assistance. And if you have ever been on any kind of state assistance before, you know how difficult it is to only be able to feed your kids on a $300 budget once a month. And to be able to say that I came from that and turned this into a 6-figure income, when I say Plexus has changed my life, it's not something to be taken lightly. I dropped out of high school in 10th grade. I have no college degree. So being able to make the kind of income that we have from my couch is completely life-changing. I personally oh my gosh, lost my train of thought there for a second. I was actually really close to hitting Emerald 2 years ago. And right before Leaders Retreat in Washington, D.C. And our company went through growing pains. That's a normal thing that happens in new network marketing companies. It's typical that kind of thing happens. And we just kind of grow with our company, right? Well, I had a lot of people on my team who were non-believers. So I lost a very big chunk of my team to another company, a competitor company. And I actually fell back down below senior Ruby points. I was back to a brand new Ruby. And at the time when all of that started, I was only 100 points away from Emerald. So you can imagine how difficult that would have been. I truly believe that it was God's way of saying that I was not ready to be the leader that my team needed me to be. And that was his way of saying, Andrea, you need to pump your brakes, you need to calm down, and you need to go back to the basics and do some personal development and become the leader that your team needs. So at that point, I really went back to basics. I went back and I did the personal development, and I prayed over my business. That is something that I had not been doing. I was not praying over my business like I should have been. And I went back to the basics. I went and I did the personal development. I did a whole lot of soul searching. You can ask my husband. I spent many nights on the floor crying, saying, I don't know if this is for me. I don't know if I can keep doing this. I don't know if this is going to work out for me. And so I really needed to build my confidence up a little bit. When I first started Plexus, I was an extreme introvert. I only had 200 friends on Facebook. And I had pretty much exhausted my warm market. So I needed to go back and make new friends. I needed to do personal development, and I did a lot of positive affirmations, telling myself that I was confident and that I was able to attract people to me that needed the products and needed the business. That was a huge thing for me, was doing the positive affirmations, because that your mind is a very powerful thing. You are what you think you are. So doing those positive affirmations really changed my mindset and turned me into a completely different person. I am by no means an introvert anymore. I no longer have the social anxiety that I used to have. And if I could leave you with one major tip, actually, there's probably a few because I just went and gave you a few. Positive affirmations, that's huge. But also going back to the basics, going back to when you're trying to hit your next rank, think about what you were doing when you were trying to go silver. They say that silver is the gateway to diamond. If you can go silver, you can go diamond. And I hope that you have a lot of silvers on this call, or a lot of you that are trying to go silver this month, because that is $200 in your pocket this month. And like I said, if you can go silver, you can go diamond. So go back to those basics and think about what you're doing when you're trying to go silver. You're trying to sign 3 new ambassadors. You're going out, you're making new friends, and you're consistently signing 3. That's what I strive to do every month, is to go silver to go silver each and every month, and sign customers. And then what were you doing when you were trying to go gold? If you're not a gold ambassador yet, you're trying to consistently grow your network. So what I'll do is go into Facebook groups. There's a Facebook group for everything, you guys. And when I say everything, I mean it. I'm a mom, so I'm in a ton of mom groups. I recently, a few months ago now, got an Instant Pot. There's an Instant Pot group. If you're a dog lover, a fitness junkie, whatever it may be, there's a group out there for you. So find something that you're interested in and go out there and post in it. Make conversation with people. And I'm not telling you to go into those groups and start going through the members list and friend request everybody, because then people are going to look at you and say you're crazy, and they're going to look at your Facebook and say, oh, she just sees a dollar sign on my forehead, so I'm not going to friend her. But what I'll do is I'll go in and I'll make friends, and I go in with the intention of genuinely making friends. I don't go in with the intention of having a new Plexus customer. I'll go in and I will make conversation, and once somebody starts that conversation with me, then I'll send them a friend request. So I'm not just like randomly bombarding them with the friend request, So that is how I grew my network from 200 Facebook friends to almost 3,000 now. Mind you, a lot of those people are Plexus friends, and that's okay too, but the majority of them are cold market. And then we have what are called lists on Facebook, and what I do is I go and I put my team in one list, and then I have a video on this too. If you want me to, I can post the link to this in your team page after the call's over. But I put my team in one list, and then I put my potentials in another list. I don't know about you guys, but when I scroll through my normal Facebook, all I see is Plexus stuff. Barely ever see people that I want to interact with that are not a Plexus person. So I put those potentials, my Franks list, I put them in a list on Facebook, and then I can just click on that list and it'll show me all of those names and all their updates on Facebook. So that's pretty much what I do. I like to keep it really simple. I don't want to have my business be overwhelming, because if my business is overwhelming, I'm teaching my team the same thing. They're going to think that it's not fun. And if you're not having fun with this, you're doing it wrong. So that's typically what I do. Keep it simple. I think Celeste is the one that said it was keep it stupid simple. So have a revolving Franks list. Be adding to your Facebook constantly. Let's see, reach out to new people constantly, and always be following up. Yep, that was the term we wanted. Husband just missed the turn. What can I say? He's really into me preaching right now. But yeah, that's what I have for you. Just remember to keep it simple. And if you're not having fun, you're doing it wrong. Oh yeah, that's a good one too. So, yeah.
I love it. Absolutely. I think that your story is so inspiring and just crazy incredible, and it speaks to the potential that is this business. Like, truly anyone can do it. You dropped out of 10th grade. I mean, like, living at your parents' house, public assistance, and kudos to you to seeing the potential in this, and also the potential in yourself. And that came from that self-development, because you have to believe that you're worthy of it, that it's going to happen for you, and you weren't satisfied where you were.
Exactly.
That's so awesome. And 200 friends. So a lot of times people will say, I don't have enough people. I've gone through my entire list. I've exhausted it all.
Mm-hmm.
No, you haven't talked to enough people. Like,
there are millions and millions and millions of people in this world. So if anybody ever tells me that they can't, I had a girl on my team the other day tell me that she's already talked to everybody on her Facebook. And I said, well, good, go make new friends.
yes.
And that is something that I was terrified to do. I had the worst social anxiety. I was terrified to meet new people. But now my husband can't make me stop talking to people in the store. So if you have a passion, you'll get out there and talk to people. My husband just handed me his phone. He wants me to read this to you, and it's a really, really great quote. And it says, if you're not scared when you're trying to change your life, you're doing something wrong.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And what advice would you give to somebody who is terrified and isn't sure about making that change? Like, what did you tell yourself when you were sending out those messages? What did it look like for you on a daily basis to get to where you are passionate and you are doing it unafraid?
Well, I did it afraid. That's the thing. I did it afraid. And I did it a lot by hiding behind a computer screen, because and that's how I started my business. I started my entire business on Facebook because I was terrified to talk to people in person. So if you're hiding behind a computer screen, you really have nothing to be afraid of. You can hit the backspace button and delete if you want to. Now I talk to people through voice messenger because I'm not afraid anymore. These products have changed my life. The company has changed my life. So what is there? There's nothing to be afraid of. You have to go out there and do it afraid.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And also, a lot of us, well, several of us, myself included, have really struggled with the fallback. And like you said, I mean, you are 100 points away from that Lexus that you're in, from the Hawaii vacation, from that, the income, all of that work, and it slipped away. And what, again, did you tell yourself to keep going? Because a lot of people would quit. A lot of people would get back into that negative mindset and say, look, I knew it. I wasn't worthy. I wasn't worth it. This is the sign, because I lost it. Clearly, I'm not good enough. Clearly, blah, blah, blah. What did you tell yourself?
Well, my faith is bigger than my fear, 100%. And I will tell you, like I said earlier, there were many, many nights that I sat on the floor and cried because I said, this is not for me anymore. I've lost my entire team. Everything's gone. How am I going to come back from that? But like I said, my God is bigger. And he was telling me 100% that this is not your time to go emerald. You're not the leader that you're supposed to be yet. And you know what? We weeded out the garbage. We weeded out the bad seeds. And now my team is stronger because we let go of those bad seeds. That's God's way of saying that those people were not meant to be on your team. So if you've lost people, please believe it's for good reason. And I will say, I hate to say this on any kind of recorded call because I don't want them to come back and be like, oh, you said that on a recording. But half the people that left my team are doing nothing right now. They jumped from numerous companies to numerous companies and are doing absolutely nothing right now. So perseverance, that's the one thing with my story, is that I had perseverance. I was able to make a comeback, and any single one of you can too. If you know that you have the belief in the company, you have belief in yourself, and you have belief in God. That's bottom line. That's how it's going to get you back.
Absolutely. I completely agree. I know you're short on time. I don't want to keep you much longer, but I do have a question for you. I want to know what your day looks like, because I know a lot of people struggle with the IPA. They're on the IPA struggle. They're rearranging their office. They're getting a pretty notebook. They're doing all these other things, checking their, but not putting action behind it. So what are your recommendations, or what does your IPA look like?
Well, if I'm being completely honest, I am very disorganized with that, but I get it done. So like I said before, I like to keep it really simple. If I can keep my business simple, I'm going to show my team that this is simple. So I keep one notebook, and I have one of the ones that has the different dividers in it. And I know there's people that make it. Sorry about that. Got a phone call. I know there's people that have like dividers, like there's like different ways of doing it, but I like to keep it simple. So I have a notebook that has the 3 dividers in it. One is for my Franks list. One is for the people that I've reached out, and I have dates next to them. And it's a mess, you guys. It doesn't look pretty, but I know what I'm looking at, and that's what I see easiest for me. And then the third part is my follow-up list. And I promise you that follow-up is going to be key to your business. And you can ask any leader in Plexus, the fortune is in the follow-up. Now, when I follow up with people, I am very big on relationship building. So if I have just recently talked to somebody about Plexus, like a week or two, maybe even a couple days before, I won't follow up with Plexus. Because what happens, typically, people are not ignoring you to be mean. Typically, people are like me and forget to respond. I can't tell you guys how many times my mother has texted me and has to call me and say, Andrea, you're not texting me back. What are you doing? Plexus is not a priority for people right now, like it is for us. So when I follow up with people, I'll say, hey, how's it going? How's your kids doing? Because then they're going to see my name and they're going to say, oh my gosh, I forgot to respond to her message about Plexus. And typically now what I do is I try to get people on the phone rather than Facebook message, because somebody could not respond to you for weeks and that's not considered rude. But if you're on the phone with somebody and they hang up on you, that's rude. So they're not going to hang up on you. They're going to hear you out, and that's the easiest way to get your deal closed. I hate to call it that because it sounds so salesy, but it's true. That's the easiest way to get it done, is to get somebody on the phone or on a Zoom call.
Yes. Perfect. I love it. I know Amanda has a question for you.
Yes.
Hi. So
Hey.
We've been friends for 3.5 years. The whole time I've been in Plexus, and we've ran side by side together, and I watched all of this happen. And I also watched this last month happen and knew it was going to happen because I could witness your team rallying behind you. So I would love for you to share what that looked like on your team so that those who are pushing for life-changing promotions this month can understand what your all-in looked like and what kind of what your team was doing to support that. Did you share with them the goal, which I know you did, but I would like them to hear that.
Well, that was a big part of my story that I completely forgot to leave out. I don't like to do Zooms from my car because I don't focus like I normally do. So the last day of the month, I woke up and I needed over 200 points. Whoops. Oh my goodness, you guys, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm so sorry, you guys. The last day of the month, I woke up needing over 200 points. Most people would say, okay, this is impossible. I will try again next month. But I have really focused on building a team culture that is strong. And I will say that a lot of people would pay people to purchase on the last day of the month. That's a big way that people will push. If you have a strong team culture and you've poured your belief into your team would rather see you go emerald by their hard work than by you dumping thousands of dollars into them. Now, I'm not saying that I didn't give them an incentive. I did offer $5 off of a purchase if they purchased. $5 is nothing. And I mean, it's not nothing for some people, because for me, $5 was putting dinner on the table sometimes. But when you're pushing for like an emerald rank or a ruby rank, $5 could help you get there. And if you have that strong team culture, like I said, that I've been trying to build, that's another thing that I did during that quiet time when I was really falling backwards. I was rebuilding with a really strong team culture. I was pouring into my team, proving to them that I could be the leader that they needed to be. And so when I reached out to people and asked them if they would purchase and I'd give them $5 off, most of them told me not to even worry about it. They just wanted to see me go emerald because it was that time. So the morning of the 31st, woke up and needed over 200 points. Most people would say that's impossible, but my team moved mountains for me that month or that day. So what we all did, I have a leaders chat going. I have which is my silver and above. And we've all built a really strong relationship together. I've had that group chat going for, oh my gosh, probably a year now. And some of those girls in there are my best friends because we talk every single day. I love group chats for multiple reasons. It's not a group. It's more of an intimate setting. And a lot of people don't like group chats, but what I tell them is, you can mute this and come back and check in as you want to. And that's what most people do so that they're not getting bombarded with texts all day. I have that. And then I have a push it chat, which is whoever is trying to rank alongside with me. So last month I had 2 girls going for Ruby, one going for Senior Ruby, and a couple girls going for Gold. And all of us were in that chat together. And those girls were my leaders, like people going for Gold and above. And we would do constant point updates throughout that chat. And so we kind of all rallied together and we sat down on the computer and we started going through our reports, our lists, and started messaging people, offering the $5 incentive. But that's what our day looked like. And we sat there from 10 o'clock until 7 o'clock at night trying to push for that. Big pushes like that take time, and it takes a lot of determination and sticking with it, and a lot of water breaks.
Which result in a lot of bathroom breaks.
Yes, a lot of bathroom breaks.
Love it. Thank you.
Yes.
I know I watched it happening and I kept checking in with you. Like, I need an update. So I just really appreciate you sharing. I love the One Plexus culture. And I know Hillary and I are both excited to push for Sapphire with you.
Yes, I'm so excited.
Yes. Thank you so much. I'm going to let you go. If anyone else has questions for Andrea, she is in our event. So go ahead and post those questions. And I'm sure that within 24, 48 hours or so, she's going to get back to you.
Yes.
But thank you again. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thanks
for having me on.
Pulls out all the stops. It's going to be amazing. Enjoy your Lexus. Have fun.
All right. Thank you for having me on.
You're very welcome. See you later.